What's up, Anchor listeners for the Common Sense Show TV? What's going on, man? Listen, real quick, I just want to ask you a question. Have any of you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to start this podcast, get it off the ground, I've been on Anchor for a couple of years now. I had a lot of questions about it. How do I record an episode? How do I get my podcast on Apple Music and Spotify and Google and all that good stuff? And how do I make money from it? So the answer to every one of those questions that I asked myself was simply this particular platform at Anchor.fm. Now, Anchor, you can do everything here, one stop for recording, hosting, and distributing all of your podcasts because you don't have to really go through a middleman. It's all done right here on Anchor. Best of all, it's 100% free, you guys, and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor is going to match you with great sponsors so you can get paid to podcast. So eventually, I'm going to get paid to do this. I tell you. Now, I use Anchor simply because I broadcast the Common Sense Show TV right here on Anchor, and I distribute that through Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Castbox, Radio Public, right here on the internet. So if you guys want to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. To join me and other podcasters on Anchor and this diverse community of podcasters already using this particular platform. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. And good morning and welcome to the Common Sense Show TV episode 7. Today, it's been 7 days already. My God, time flies. Today is January the 2nd. Today, we're going to discuss, me and my guest host today, we're going to discuss what we dislike about each other. It should be an interesting episode. So make sure you strap in, put on the seatbelt, hang on with us, and we're going to be right back here in just a moment. All right. All right. Good morning and welcome back to the Common Sense Show TV podcast, man. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate y'all. Listen, today we got a pretty special episode. I got my honey here beside me and we're going to discuss some of the things that we dislike about each other. And the reason why we need to do that is because, maybe you guys know, maybe you don't, but we are getting married in July. And so I think it's a conversation that we should have and share it with you guys because it's pretty good to know about you and your significant other. So if you're in something and it's serious and you're heading toward marriage, having this conversation is going to be detrimental to your future and making sure that you guys make it. All right. So y'all pardon her because she's mad nervous this morning. And it's not even a live video. It's just it's podcasting. We're sitting here, we're talking to each other like we do every day of the week. But she's nervous for some reason. So I want you guys to, give a shout and a hand clap when you guys hear it. So that way I can tell her that you guys hand clapped and she won't be so nervous the next time. All right. So, honey. Oh, by the way, her name is Melissa. She's the love of my life, everything in the world to me, her and the family. And she's been everything to me for about 5 years now, longer than that. Because when I first saw you, don't do that. When I first saw you, she's throwing up a 3. Like we've been together for 3 years, but I've loved her and known her for 5. So I don't know why she tripping. That's one of those things where she's my girlfriend in my head, but she didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those things. So it's probably longer than that.
It's like 8 years it's now. Like 8, yeah. Like the years are passing. The longer we're together, the longer you've known me.
Yeah. You see how she come up with that number? You see how she come up with that number? It's amazing how she does that. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today is what do we dislike about each other. So I'm going to let you go first because that's just a gentlemanly thing to do. and let you.
Of course you would.
And let you go first. And then get the nerves out. Cause it's just talking. The only thing you see is waves on the screen. That's all you see. You don't see anybody.
There's colors and waves and all sorts of things.
Yeah, but
you can see this screen though.
But that's just the mic. That's just the mic thing.
But if I could tell all you listeners, like, he didn't even warn me about this. I didn't even get to think about what I wanted to say today. I was making my bulletproof coffee, minding my business, and here he comes. You want to be on my show?
Well, it was just a thing of I walked in from taking the baby to daycare and I was like, okay, let's do a show together. Let's do a podcast together because we never do anything together as far as live streaming. You kind of let me go and do my own thing, but sometimes I want to incorporate you because it's important. I mean, we got to show unity. And so one of the things I want to share with everybody else is that if you're with someone else, show unity, do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Let him or her do their own thing, but at the same time, show unity in something that they enjoy. Like she knows that I enjoy podcasting. She knows I love doing this. She gave me $20 so I can go ahead and get some Adobe Audition on my computer. I know, right? It sucks. I know. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with, I'm going to start with her. One of the things she dislikes about me. So, honey, what do you dislike about me? Be careful.
I mean, I got a scroll of things. No, I'm I'm just kidding. But
okay, scroll of things.
I don't know. There's something really big that I could say. Obviously, if there's something big, I wouldn't still be here. But it's, sometimes it's the small things in life. Like, can you rinse your bowl out when you're done eating?
Really?
Can you rinse your bowl out?
Rinse my bowl out?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's one of them.
Guys, you know how it is when you're in a rush or not in a rush and you have a bowl of cereal. Like me, if you guys are familiar with the Beverly Hillbillies, there was a character by the name of Jethro Bodine, who's the son, who's about 6'8", 200 and some odd pounds. And every time he had cereal in the episode, he had it in a great big old mixing bowl. So they call it the Jethro bowl. And so you know how it is, guys, when we have those Jethro bowls and we just don't want to do it. We eat our cereal and we kind of just put it on the sink. Maybe I'm being lazy. If I'm wrong, you guys let me know. But I think that I could do better at rinsing out the bowl. And it's just milk. It's not like it's cereal and cornmeal and all that good stuff. It's just cereal. So I'll do better.
Sometimes, yeah.
I'll do better.
All right.
I promise.
Your turn.
Okay. Okay. So it being my turn, one of the things I dislike is she's very controlling, you guys. That's kind of one of the biggest things. That's only one thing that I could pick that I could dislike about is she is controlling. But it's a good controlling. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be with her because she's that controlling. But in some aspects of life, man, she's controlling as all get out. Like, for example, we're on a diet currently where we're doing keto together. And we both started out strong. She's still going strong. I kind of laid back in the cut like, okay, well, man, do I really want to do this keto thing? Cause I'm missing out on bread and sugar and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, you're not gonna drink any water today? Oh, you're gonna eat bread? Oh, so you want to be fat? That's on you. You want to be unhealthy? Want to be on you. I want you to be around, baby. But the thing of it is that she's controlling to the point where she's almost a bully. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good thing, like I said. But that's one of the things I dislike, that you're very, very controlling. And if she finds herself not in control, she gets really, really antsy. If I can say that. But that's the only thing.
Yeah, I struggle with control.
You struggle with control.
I'm in recovery for that.
Yeah. You need to get I told you need to get your hope chip for that. So, okay. You next. What's up?
Female listeners, do you hate when your man just drops his pants and don't empty them, and then when you washing and drying, you gotta go through it? And if you being lazy like I am and I just want to get it done because there's so much of it, you wash everything in his pockets. Everything, y'all. I wash pens and name tags and papers and wallets, and just empty your pockets, fam.
But that's good because I swear I struggle in that area because I take off my pants. And whatever's in my pants, I just leave them there. It's obviously not that important, But I left money in my pants, my wallet, chapstick,
washing a
lighters,
security card.
Social security card. Yeah, I've done. I left everything in my pants. It's kind of crazy. And it drives her absolutely insane when I do that. And I'm like, babe, I'm sorry. But she can't stand it. She hates it when I do that. And I want to apologize for that. I'm going to do better at that. So I have to learn how to take out the stuff out of my pockets and
put your clothes in the hamper.
Put my clothes in the hamper and not do a Shaquille O'Neal free throw and shoot it on the side. So I'm going to do better. I promise I'm going to do better. So pants in the pockets. Pants in the pockets. Not pants in the pockets. Pockets are in the pants. So that's not right. So things in the pockets, in the pants. I would do better. I promise I'm gonna do better at that. I promise. Okay. So another one of the things that I dislike about you is, man, I can't really think of anything. The controlling thing is about the only thing.
I mean, if you look behind you, you don't have a dining room anymore. Do you like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, but we're getting ready for the wedding, right? So she's doing a lot of crafting and stuff like that because she's a do-it-yourselfer. She comes from a long line of contractors and cut your own wood and get your own hay and all that good stuff. And so
we do not have farmers. We do not get hay.
But I'm just saying, she's a DIYer. So she's, and it's cool, but no, I think that's not one of the things that I hate about you. I think, dislike about you. You crafting and sewing stuff. Now, I hate when you don't, I hate the fact that I'm the only one to get the baby up in the morning and take him to daycare. Now, that bugs me.
There you go. Let it out.
I mean, and she will sit there. Seriously, you guys, she will sit there, lay in the bed, because I wake both of them up at the same time, because I get up at 5 a.m. They stay in the bed till at least 7. And I go in there and wake both of them up at 7 o'clock. And she'll just lay there. She'll grab her phone. First thing she do in the morning, grab her phone, check all of her Facebook messages and text and Pinterest and all that good stuff in the morning. And I'm trying to get the baby up. I had to tell Alexa to cut on Baby Shark to wake him up because she won't do it. That's one of the things that does bug me. But
I could try to defend myself, but they're all excuses.
Right.
They're all just excuses. I'd be up till 1 a.m. trying to figure out my next wedding thing, my next decoration, sometimes it's schoolwork, but I just be tired. I don't want to get up at 7. I've had to get up early my whole life.
Right.
And you're up early, so
I totally understand. But
there are some days where I get him up, but it's very rare.
I promise there are no days.
Far in between. So, at least I could be honest.
No, ma'am. There are no days where she gets up and get the baby up. The only way she would get him up and get him dressed if I'm sick, which is hardly ever.
I had a couple of weeks ago. Anyways.
A couple of weeks ago. You heard that, right? A couple of weeks ago. Just so you guys caught that. A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, she doesn't, no. But it's okay. I still love her. You know what I'm saying? So what's your next one?
It's all just stuff in the house. Like I said, sometimes it's just the small things that matter, we talked about dishes and clothes and, it's not just you though. It's like the whole family. Like if you use something, put it away.
Yeah.
We spend an hour cleaning, straightening up every day because, when you're done with the brush, you put it back in the drawer. When you're done with this, you put it back. You take the milk out, put it away.
Right.
It's just, I think that's a household thing.
Yeah.
Everybody just struggle. But then again, I struggle with control. So
yeah,
there we go. Right back at it.
She's definitely a, what's that word? The scientific word for it, what is it? Obsessive compulsive. I think that's what the word is, about it. She's definitely OCD about everything around the house. But even when we don't do it correctly and we can do it and it still not be done to her standards and she'll still be upset about it. So we have to all as a family do better.
Yeah.
With that. Because we're starting a new life together. We've been together for 3 years, but that'll be another chapter in our life that we're doing. So, definitely want to get better at all that to make you not mad at me, because nothing is worse than to have your woman mad at you. I don't know, guys, about you, but I don't want mine mad at me. So
Can I say what I like about you, though? I mean, does this have to be like the whole negative thing?
Yeah.
There's so many small things in life that our significant others do right, but sometimes we have to remember, what they do to contribute into the household. Or obviously, I work, but I work part-time, and he works, and he's found an even better job, so I can continue to go to school full-time. So although I go to school full-time, and obviously I'm a mom of 3, I still work. And I have a couple different jobs that I do to bring in some, loose change into the family. But even when I was just a stay-at-home mom and I was struggling to keep the house clean by myself, this man would step in and still help out. So he does even more now that I'm not just a stay-at-home mom. I'm a student and I work. And so we're a team here. And so that's something that I would like to, just say. I don't want to stay negative on this entire episode, but, sometimes we just have to remember what they do contribute outside of, just the basic intimate relationship or things that they don't do. Sometimes we have to look for those small things that they do to help make the flow of the house even better.
Did y'all catch that? She said do.
You know what?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to put that in there. Yeah. So one of the things, since we're switching the gears here, about one of the things that I love about her. There's so many things that I like. There's so many other things that I love about her. I love that she is such a hustle woman. I love it. She goes out and she's going to make sure that I have what I need, the kids have what they need, and she goes out and get it. You know what I'm saying? I love that about her. She's always been numero uno for Terry, and I love that about her as well. I mean, even though I've messed up so many times, don't get it twisted. This thing hasn't always been peaches and cream. We haven't always been where we are right now. I made some boo-boos during this thing, and she's always stood by and been there for me, even though she threw me out once, and she threw me out once, but that was, well deserved because I made a mess. But we actually didn't go through with it, of course, because I wouldn't be here. But she has always been my rock. Like I told you guys, and maybe you guys don't know this story, maybe you do. I may not have mentioned those on this podcast, but I knew 8 years ago when I saw her at the Walmart time clock. We were at the Walmart together, right? I saw her at the Walmart time clock, and I knew when I first saw her eyes, I knew that she was going to be the one. I knew it. It took me a few years. She went through a couple of F-boys and party boys and all that good stuff, and and I went through the same thing. I went through a bunch of crap myself, and then it ended up that we find each other single at the same time. So it was like, hey, let's give it a go. And sure enough, and here we are. So what I want to say to you on this podcast, I know you have to go here in a little bit and get ready. But I want you to know that I love you with everything in my body. There's nothing that or no one that could ever take me from you. Not only are you the bomb for me, but you're a bomb mother. Like I told her the other day, you wouldn't, there's no other woman I would want to be the mother of my son but you. So I appreciate you. I love you from the depths of my soul. Understand that. And I cannot wait to marry you in July.
Ditto.
She said ditto.
He's good with words. I'm better with words on paper. I love you. I love you. But I like to write stuff down.
Right. Well, it's better to say ditto than doo-doo. Right?
Right.
All right. So everybody say bye to Melissa. Bye, baby. You have a good day. I'll be here when you finish.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Have a good day, everybody.
Okay, you guys. All right. So that's going to do it for today's episode of today's podcast, The Common Sense Show, episode 7. She is great, right? He's great, awesome, and all that good stuff. So if you have not subscribed to the podcast yet, please do. You do have the opportunity to do so. You can subscribe and sponsor the broadcast because that helps me keep the podcast going. And also, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you can. It is facebook.com/Terry is a Bulls fan 40. That is my Facebook handle, personal. And if you want to follow me on the Common Sense Show TV page on Facebook, it is facebook.com/the Common Sense Show TV page. You have to put in the PAGE. If you don't, you will not. I promise you will not get me. All right. So, I do, episodes on my personal page every morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time called Good Morning and God Bless. And I also do my Common Sense Show TV show on Sunday on my Periscope, on my Facebook page as well. So make sure that you join me. This week's episode of the Common Sense Show TV on Facebook, we were talking about relationships. A lot of people are up in arms about that. Why do men play games? Why do women play games? So we're going to discuss that on Sunday. So make sure you join me. All right. You guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you, or you guys will hear from me on tomorrow. Peace.